And to break this all down, we wanted to talk to some of the voters in the great state of Georgia. They're all women, and they're all here live with us now. So let's bring in April Chapman, who is planning to vote for Trump, Sylvia Chen, who's planning to vote for Biden, and Mary Lofton-Soley, who is undecided and the type of voter that these two candidates really want to sway. Thank you all for joining us here today. We appreciate it. Decision Desk HQ is giving former President Trump a 63% chance of taking the state this time around. However, it is still a toss-up. So I'm going to start with you, April. Do you think that President Trump is going to be able to flip Georgia? What are you hearing?
Wow, what is this person hearing? Because really? We know what happened last time, right? In Georgia. I live in Georgia. You all know that. All right, Georgians, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. So today we're looking at News Nation, and we have some Georgia voters, all women, who the anchor is talking to get their take. One's a Republican going for Trump, one's a Democrat going for Biden, and the other one is undecided. Let's hope that undecided one and even that Biden one comes to their senses. But before we get back into the video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I kindly ask that you watch the video all the way to the very end. Thank you all so much for your support. Also, I would like for you to check out childlightcandles.com. This is a Christian veteran-owned company where 25% of their profits go to veterans and their families. Everything made right here in the US of A. Now, let's get back to the video.
Absolutely. I think President Trump has done a remarkable job of connecting with the common man. So many of us are hardworking. We've either built businesses or we are immigrants who are first generation immigrants who've come to this country. And we recognize the beauty and we also recognize the opportunities that America can provide. And so Donald Trump, with his policies have proven to be able to create a playing field that so many of us want to play in because we want better representation. We want a better quality of life. And he's already proven that. We've already had an experience of what it's like to live under a Trump administration with a great economy. And now we have an opportunity to live under a Biden administration. And quite frankly, I just believe Donald Trump proves to be a more stronger and proven leader on the issues that matter to so many people like myself.
All right, let's take a look at some more numbers. According to an NPR PBS News Marist poll, 66% of registered voters say they know who they are voting for and nothing will change their mind. So Sylvia, to you, does this ring true? Is this how you're feeling?
Pretty much. I think I will vote for Biden just so I don't have to vote for Trump. At this point, I care more about women's rights and, and also some of these social issues that Trump.
Okay, she said it right out of the park, which is, this is what I believe. This is where I believe most people who are voting for Biden stand. She said she's going to vote for Biden so she doesn't have to vote for Trump. It's not that she's really for Biden so much. She just doesn't like Trump. Okay, so that's where a lot of people are standing. And if you've seen my other videos about Trump's visit to Philly, when Biden walks into Wawa, he only has the mayor and Secret Service. Well, Secret Service is going to be there, so only the mayor of the city is there. And the guy behind the counter taking the order, who is very respectful and nice, who I believe he said is going to vote for Biden, but there were no supporters in that store, none. You go to, when Trump enters any establishment, there's people everywhere with cameras, kids dressed up like Trump. He's signing caps and people are everywhere. People who are voting for Trump believe he's the better choice. People who are not voting for Donald Trump, they just voted for the other one, so they just got TDS. They're not looking at the facts, their quality of life. This woman is saying right here, women's rights. She's talking about abortion. The right to unalive your own child who God put there. So they're looking at social things. And Donald Trump is not going to get in the way of your social life. I don't care how you choose to live. He's not going to get in the way of that. You can still go to another state to do what you choose to do, so to speak, with your body.
has proven over time that he doesn't care about. And so I'm going to vote for Biden.
All right. So you just to keep Trump out of office?
Mhm.
Okay. Mary, you say that you're undecided in this year's election. So what are you looking to see in this debate? What do you have your eyes on?
I have my eyes on Biden. I want to know his cognitive performance, because I don't believe his vice president is able to be vice president. And so that is what I'm looking at, that as a way not to vote for him, is because of Kamala. I don't think that she's ready or able to be vice president. Trump, his personality, his brashness is the only thing that's keeping me away from him. Some of his policy I do agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Some of Biden's policies I do agree with. So that's why I'm on the line of who am I going to vote for, or am I not going to vote for either one? Because
Okay. The last two ladies, okay, one just doesn't want Trump in office, and she just concerned about reproductive rights and not looking at quality of life. See, this is what I'm talking about. People who don't want to vote for Trump, you don't have to vote for Trump. I'm not telling anyone who to vote for. But when you listen to what people say, they don't give a good reason not to vote for Trump. They never give a good reason. The second lady with the afro is saying that Trump's personality, and I'm going to be honest, that was me. Believing the lies of the propaganda media, Lord, and I've already repented. I don't want anybody to tell me you part of the problem. I have already repented. Anyway, she is like his personality. Okay, that doesn't affect our lives. Policy does. And then she's going to say she's concerned about Jim Crow Joe's cognitive ability. It is clear. It is clear something's wrong there. Okay, it's elder abuse at this point. They are using that man to I'm not picking, but come on, guys. And then she said Kamala is not ready. Her ability, she's just not ready. So you got Jim Crow Joe and cackling Kamala. That's what you have. And it's like, clearly that's not going to work. Either one of them. Doesn't matter. Jim Crow Joe or Kamala, they both suck out loud. They just are terrible. There's no way you can look at the economies between the two presidencies. We've had them back to back. We remember, our memory is not that short term. We know what it was like under Trump, and we know what it's like under Biden right now. We've got lawlessness. And if you care anything about American citizens who are taxpayers, you don't want illegal immigrants coming over here soaking up all the resources. I know that. So she's concerned about Biden's cognitive abilities and I guess any kind of mental capacity Kamala may or may not have. She admitted she's not ready. So, and you say you like policies of Trump, some of them, and some of them are Biden. Well, Trump doesn't seem to be suffering from the same thing that the other side is suffering from. So she should vote Trump. I mean, I'm just saying, you just gave more negatives on the Biden and Kamala Harris side. Just saying, we'll see who Trump picks for VP, but either one of them on their worst day is better than Kamala Harris on her best day. You can be for sure of that.
I'm not happy with my choices at all with this election.
And I heard that was the case back in 2016. You actually did a write-in, right?
I did.
Who was that?
I'll do that again, but I want to take part and not throw my vote away, but I don't know. Biden is 81. His cognitive condition is very, very, very bad. And Trump does not have that problem. It's his personality. He's such a narcissist. And I'm trying to work it out in my mind. Does that really matter?
Right. And, look, that's what this debate is all about. That's what people are looking to, and they're going to be tuning in for, to see how they perform, to see how they treat each other. It will be interesting because for, one of the first times I think ever, there won't be a live studio audience, or it's very rare that there's not a live studio audience. And we know that a key part to winning Georgia is targeting Black voters. And while Biden still remains more favorable than Trump, we've got a new poll from Suffolk University and USA Today that shows his popularity is declining declining compared to 2020 in key swing states such as Pennsylvania. April, back to you. Do you think that Trump is gaining ground with Black voters? Because we've been kind of watching this scale go back and forth.
I would say yes, because so many of us are tired of being emotionally manipulated into saying, okay, well, don't vote for the orange guy who's the alleged racist because the other guy who's cognitively incompetent is nicer. I think when many of us go to the grocery store, we're really not concerned about Trump's narcissism. We're concerned about the fact that eggs cost too much and bacon is a problem. And I like bacon. So many of us are concerned with the fact that we are being taxed to death. And we're also concerned about the fact that this border is unsecure. And so if you are a person of color in this country, that should be a policy that is important to you. So for me, I've had to have emotional intelligence to say, I'm not dating Donald Trump. And so therefore, I don't need to like him. What I need him to do is be a fearless leader, to be strong on the policies that matter. Because like I said, I want better political representation and I want a better quality of life. And for me, I have children. And so that's all that matters to me. This country is an amazing country to live in. And to watch it go down the tubes and down by the wayside because you have someone that is unable to make decisions for themselves versus someone who's a proven leader who knows how to bring the economy back. Those are the issues that matter to me. And so therefore, I'm uninterested in the emotional debate about his narcissism or about he's just not a nice person.
All right.
He's doing
Amen, April. And I don't think he's a mean person. I don't think he's mean. You got to remember that the media is left-leaning, bought out by the Demon Rat Party. So we already know they always, you guys, it's so obvious at this point. Even people who have Trump derangement syndrome, who just hate Trump, got to understand why is it that they always pick on the Republican? They always attack the Republican. The Democrats control the media, ABC, CBS, NBC, BSNBC, CNN, Communist News Network, the print, the radio, they own it. Okay. And you've got these sellout people talking about why you voting Republican. They're the ones that are sellouts. They are sellouts. I mean, Charlemagne, sellout. Sellout. Al Sharpton, sellout. Joy Reid, Abby Phillips, sellout. They sellouts. They know darn well a person's personality does not matter. They want to call black Republicans sellouts. No, you numbskulls, you Sambos, you're the sellout because you're going to vote for a party that instituted a crime bill that incarcerated people and put them in prison for enormous amounts of time. And you're going to overlook that for somebody's personality. That is ridiculous. That's just dumb. You're dumb.
doing a good job.
Okay. Sylvia, I want to get your take on this because I spoke to a former Democratic campaign staffer who says that Biden has lost his support. Let's take a listen. I'll get your take on the other side.
Inflation, which the Biden administration has been claiming has improved, has stopped, and that is simply not true. And when you look at it on a week-to-week basis, it might have slowed down, but when you look at it in the aggregate, in the sum total, it is still a crisis, and the young voters understand that.
All right, Sylvia, what would you say to young voters who aren't excited about Biden at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I think unemployment is at the lowest that it's been in a while. So I think that can reflect what Biden's policies have kind of done there. I think when you're looking at inflation, if you're looking at it over the course of 4 years, that's too small of a time period to be examining what the effects of someone's policies have done. In fact, it might be better to take in what Trump's policies did to affect how the economy is now. Additionally, I think while Trump says he wants to implement policies, I don't know that we really saw any of that actually happen, because what we've seen from Trump is that he says a lot, but doesn't actually do a lot. And then, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want someone who was impeached and then is now a convicted felon leading my country.
She's clearly suffering from TDS. Those convictions were bogus. For first of all, how do you upgrade a misdemeanor to a felony unless it's politically motivated? How do you extend the statute of limitations where they had already passed unless it's politically motivated? How do you have a corrupt judge, a Judge Merchan, unless it's politically motivated? and tell the jurors you don't all have to agree. What? Trump said that he couldn't get away from being convicted even if he was Mother Teresa. Boom. Okay, so young lady, she just don't know. She more concerned about having the right to unalive her child than anything else. And then she said that Trump doesn't do anything. Secure the border, opportunity zones, First Step Act, permanent funding for HBCUs, and did that in spite of being impeached twice. Is she for real? Biden is the one who doesn't deliver. Demon rats don't ever deliver. And I love the lady that's voting for Trump. Girl, you got it going on. She said, I'm not going to be emotionally manipulated. She said, I'm not dating Donald Trump. I don't care if he's a narcissist. I don't care about that. And he's not, I don't think he's a narcissist. I think he just really cares about the country. I mean, he's up in age too. Let's be real. He's just turned 78. But he's been doing better cognitively. I'm just saying he is doing better cognitively. And he's got, by the grace of God, energy. So Donald Trump, I'm just praying that he really knows the Lord, because I'm praying for a leader that truly is filled with the Spirit of God, hears God and obeys God. I'm praying that for the president, VP, Secretary of State, National Security Advisor, and Secretary of the House, and even if everybody else is not truly born again, that they go along with the MAGA agenda of making America better for everybody, not just some people. We're all Americans. We're the United States of America. We need to act like it, stop separating each other by color and class. We're just people. At the end of the day, we all bleed red. But I like what she said. She said, I'm not dating him. I'm just looking at, she said, I like bacon. I'm looking at eggs and everything costing more, better quality of life. She's a mother. So you got to look at common sense things, policy. And the little girl with the glasses, I'm sorry, I'm not calling her little girl, young woman, young woman. I just feel like she's not looking at things that really matter. But you know what? That's her choice. Everybody has their own choice. But this is interesting, guys. These are Georgia voters. This Georgia voter, you all know who I'm voting for. If you spend any time on this channel, it's Trump all the way for me. Trump.
Or, given the opportunity to appoint potentially 2 more Supreme Court justices that are far, far right, in addition to the one he's already appointed, who are just going to continue limiting our rights as women.
All right. Well, I want to know what all of you think after the debate, and I will check back in with you, and I will put it out on X what you all say about the debate, because I think it's going to be really interesting. I want to thank you, April, Sylvia, and Mary, for joining us today. We will talk to you soon, okay?
Thanks for having me.
That's very interesting, you guys. And, Georgia voters, I know that it looks like Trump is going to win, but we got to turn out. We have to turn out. So I'm going to look at some stats right now that show what exactly Georgia voters are more interested in. Looking right here, it says who's ahead in Georgia. We're looking at Trump in red. He's at 43.6%, and Biden is at 39%, and Kennedy is way down below at 8.6%. So we see that Trump really, according to this poll, and this is on projects538.com poll. Also, there's this other article here. It's called Georgia Recorder, georgiarecorder.com. It says that Georgia's Black voters could be key as Biden and Trump vie for support ahead of the Atlanta debate. According to this article, I'm just going to read a little bit of it. Samuel Warren, a Black retiree from Southwest Georgia who cuts grass for side income, recently explained the financial bottom line on why he plans to vote for Republican Donald Trump rather than President Joe Biden in their looming rematch November 5th. Warren's preferred candidate in this year's presidential election is in contrast to the typical Black voter in swing states like Georgia, where 88% of the Black voters cast ballots for the Democrats' Biden-Harris ticket in the 2020 presidential contest that was decided by less than 12,000 votes. There has been a concerted effort by the Trump and Biden presidential campaigns to woo the Black vote during recent visits to Metro Atlanta, a world away from Warren's home in rural Ellaville, a town of about 2,000 residents. Roughly 1/3 of them are Black. I don't care too much for Biden. Trump was all right. Trump helped people, Warren said earlier this month while stopping by the Gas and Go in Ellaville for a cold drink. He helped the people. I got my stimulus check, but Biden got in there. I ain't got nothing. He's not only helped me, he's helped the rest of us, not only Black, but white too. Warren said, Biden got in there and we didn't get anything. They're always talking about, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. This is what I want you all to notice about the Democrats. They say they're going to do something and they never do it. They literally they got to make the other guy look bad while actually not doing anything. They'll say they'll do something, but they actually, when the 4 years have passed, nothing's been done. Nothing has ever been done. The Democrats did not deliver, and they never deliver. If you look at the state of cities like Philadelphia, Detroit, Memphis, Democrat strongholds, they're always high crime, poor performing public schools, gang violence, illegal immigrants, just bombarding everything. So we need to think without emotion. I'm wearing my shirt. Facts over feelings. We need to vote with facts, not our feelings, because feelings can lead us astray. And so this voter is saying that we're going to get it. That's what the Democrats said. They're going to get it. They're going to get it. And they don't do it. They never get it. And it says further down, it says, if Warren and other Black voters withhold their typical support for Democrats on their ballots, it could spell the difference in a Georgia general election expected to be decided by a small slice of the electorate. The stakes are high for both recent White House occupants as they head into a key televised debate in Atlanta later this week. The Republican Party has gained ground in Georgia since the last election, and perceptions about the high cost of inflation have caused some Black voters to lose enthusiasm for Biden. I showed you all in a previous video. Look at my videos on Trump's rally in Philadelphia. You know, Biden went to Wawa. Trump went to another Philly cheesesteak store, and there were no supporters for Biden. But for Trump, people were everywhere. So, I mean, no one shows up. And if they vote for Biden over Trump, if Biden wins Pennsylvania by some weird reason, it's because people are going by feelings rather than facts. They just don't like Trump. They're not looking at the actual policy that actually affects their lives. So what can you do? You're going to have people that vote with their feelings instead of facts. We see that Trump is gaining ground in Georgia. Again, I live in Georgia and I know who I'm voting for. You already know. I'm voting for the felon. The convicted felon, because most of us see those charges as bogus, politically motivated. Come on. A legal expense put down as a legal expense. They said he falsified records. They were trying to get him as soon as he came down that escalator in 2015. They hate the man because he's for the people and they're for themselves. Thank you all so much for watching this far. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell and make sure they work. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to visit childlightcandles.com and input the discount code LindaB for your discount. This is an American Christian veteran-owned company. 25% of their profits go to veterans and their families. We love our veterans, guys. So come on and support them with childlightcandles.com. Will you all be blessed? Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as they always say, march on, warriors.